Hello everybody, there was a request for setting up Bitwig the grid, and so I just thought I'd do a quick video for you to show you how to do it. So usually when you launch Bitwig, you'll be greeted by the kind of launch window. A few things you need to obviously make sure are working, make sure your audio is select to whatever sound card you're using. I'm just going to use the Mac built-in one at the minute. And then the other one we might want to look at is controllers. So down here I've got some generic keyboards, my Nano Control and my MPK MIDI, and those are open to receive and send MIDI. So I should be able to mash my keyboard and Bitwig should be listening to it. So if we go over on instrument here, we can see that the instrument is receiving MIDI on all ins. So if I hit any of the attached keyboards, something's going to work. But you could be specific here. So we should be receiving MIDI and the audio has been routed to the master bus. So we should be good to go. We've got an instrument track here and an audio track there. So we're looking at the instrument track. We're going to come down to this device. If it's not showing, you can always kind of show it. Select your track, get the wee plus button, hit the plus button and you get the kind of browser window of where you want to install stuff. This should open up. So we're going to go Bitwig. We can go the grid if you have a category, polygrid. We could go Bitwig synths, and these are the pre-rolled Bitwig stuff that you would have. You can obviously just search in the top bar here and type grid, the grid, and we're going to be using a polygrid. So polygrid is building instruments in Bitwig, and the standard grid is building plugins, if you will. So that would appear on the audio pathway or after this device. So polygrid it is, double click to instantiate. It loads a default patch for you down here. Single click this window and the middle gets taken over by your patch. You can zoom in, you can shift to hold the background and navigate around. You can tear the window off and have it on another screen if you're lucky enough to have a second window, and away you go. So up here we've got our main sections that you want to be interested in. Yeah, these categories, and you can click a category and obviously the devices will change which are relevant to that category, but you can also search and just type ADS. Okay, we've got an ADSR, drag in and away we go. Fantastic. Or of course filter or add or whatever the objects are. Cool. So that's it. With your MIDI plugged in and switched on, you should be able to mash a MIDI keyboard. And away we go. So we've got a triangle into an AR. We can of course do some cool things that Bitwig is so elegant at. We can drag, I want to change that for something else. We just plop it over it and it'll keep the patching in and out. Amazing. And let's say we wanted to add a filter to the end. We're going to pick up that filter and we're just going to drag it over that hole because that's the audio leaving the envelope. And the patches continue on. And don't forget you've got some display stuff over here, so we can grab an oscilloscope and we can say here's what's going to come after the ADSR, here's what's coming before, so we have a triangle waveform. And of course don't forget that when you click on a module or an object, a box, the info panel on the left here will change to show you the appropriate stuff. So for example on this oscilloscope we could make it fast and it starts trying to draw, or slow, or the pitch of the note. So if I play a lower note we can see the red change size and shape as we should. Frequency is increased, I've gone up in note value, and here we can see the green out of the ADSR, which is exactly the same but it's just attenuated by what's going on the envelope. There we are. Okay, grand. Last thing you might want to check out, some meters, some levels. Of course we can strap in a spectrum overview and so we can see what's happening harmonically, and that would be it. Save your patch, close the window, you've just made your first synth. Fantastic. We can go on and we'll do more of this when we're next together, but I hope you find this video useful. Anything else, just get back in touch. Okay, happy patching.